Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from DeltiasGaming.com, and we finally made it to the last class, and that's the Sorcerer. Deltia, why are you using a pet? Well, you're going to find out. I think Sorcs, if this sticks, will be the best healers in the game coming up in the patch due to this change. Also, if you like Sorc pet builds, well, this is the patch for you. Let me explain. So why not start with the absolute biggest change to the Sorc, and that's the pets. So the biggest one to me is the Summon Twilight Matriarch. Basically what this did now is it gives it an ability to have a special ability with each morph. My obvious choice here is the heal one. Look at the heal. 8299. That's what the Magic Sorc with 0 points in the Blessed. This is comparable, if not better, than the Breath of Life heals that Templar have. It's an instant cast, 2 other players, it can crit, and it scales up with the Blessed. Seriously, Sorcs might be the best healers now due to this little crazy pet. And this is at level 1. I haven't even taken this morph until the PTS. I was grinding on the PTS because I never thought I would use this. It is incredibly powerful. So it'll heal the pet and you. 14k crit heal on myself or someone else, whoever's low. So I don't know what to say about this. I want Templar to be a healer class, and I want some other places, other classes to have relevant healing as well. Well, the Sorcs have it. Dragon Knights have it. Taking the funnel health away from the Nightblades doesn't make sense to me, that additional target, because they don't have a powerful burst heal like this. Also, they took minor mending away from your ward, Hardened Ward and Power Ward. That would have been really helpful for the Sorc healing, using Empowering Ward to get your minor mending and or 8% increased healing, but they don't have that now. So Malicious Curse still works. Daedric Prey does more damage. So the pet builds really got buffed. And testing it out was the difference for me, just reading the tooltip and reading what they said on the PTS. Here we go. Come here. Let's show them what's to show them Sorc Deeps. Let's show them Sorc Deeps. Can I hit you? 29k crystal frags. Okay. So you saw the 29,000 crystal frags. Yeah, I did not plan that to happen, but Sorcs are doing a lot more DPS. I didn't realize that they needed a buff, but the champion point difference incidentally made this build even more powerful. I know, it's silly, but let me talk about that since little NPC guy here just ruined our video. Champion points. So the old build that I made, putting points into Thaumaturge, rip, all into Elemental Expert. Why? Because now it includes shock magic damage, which is basically the basis of what we do. So now that 29k crystal frags will hit even harder now. So it used to be over here is where all the Sorc, the magic damage, which is crystal frags, and then your shock, which you put all your points into here. Now let's combine. So PvP, this makes a lot of sense. Proxy detonation will hit harder. Dawnbreaker of Smarting, crystal frags, all of those things outside of the Sorc skill range, and 1 crystal frags will make a big difference. I'm excited about it. If you like playing the Magic Sorc, I think it's gotten a lot better in this patch. There's been no nerf to their shields. A lot of people complain about Magic Sorc shield stacking, Hardened Ward, Harness Magicka, Healing Ward. If you still hate that, you're still going to hate it. Really, the Matriarch here is just an incredible change, making them relevant in terms of healing. Clan Fear. So this got another change. A morph, the special ability will now heal you and the Clan Fear for 35% of your maximum health. So now that this is one of the earliest pets to get, this Unstable Clan Fear, you can activate it to heal you and the Clan Fear. 35% of your max health. This gives the Sorc something really beefy heal-wise to start. And that was, I think, needed. Because the Sorc, for me, starting off, was not fun. And look, it does physical damage. That's right, physical damage. So you could even build a crazy Sorc pet build based off of physical damage in the Daedra set and probably be pretty good, actually. The amount of damage that these things are doing and the amount of healing that they're doing. Atronach also got a buff here in the range, and they made synergies a lot easier to activate. specifically with the Atronach. So I always say greater, but now it can be activated. And look, major berserk, major, not minor, 25% more damage for 8 seconds. So you're going to want to run to those Atronachs and collect that sucker. So Atronach's still strong. The pets are still strong. Let's see, Storm Calling. This tooltip got an update. Increased activation of Lightning Splash, or Liquid Lightning is what I take. So they bumped up the radius of this and the Atronach from 2.5 to 3.5 and making it easier. And they also did something with Crystal Blast, which I think is pretty much the useless morph of Crystal Fragments. The hard casting one, now the secondary splash is increased by 25%. I'm very disappointed in this. I really, 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 really wish the Stam Sorc would get some attention. I understand that it has some morphs that are based off of stamina, but no really bread and butter active ability. Crystal Blast is one of the most useless skills in the game because Crystal Frags is just a monster. So much of a better skill that I would think it'd be relevant, behoove them to make Crystal Blast based off of stamina or a whole new ability altogether. Make a Bork or a Bow Sorc relevant, and that would be awesome. It would just take one change to change that ability, Crystal Blast. So don't give it more damage, because you might, but people might sit there and use it, but it's not the right morph. Because this thing will do so much more damage, it costs less, and it stuns targets. Crystal Blast is just not that good. It really is not. So very disappointed in this Stam Sorc not getting some love. A couple other things here. Dark Conversion got an update, so it looks like its morph return 20% more magic, health, or stamina on return. So spam casting this to get resources is even better. Daedric Minefield, the other morph of this got changed to where you can place it up to 22 meters away. And the mines will arm instantly. So it's basically like you can throw the Daedric mines if you wanted. I had likened this to the Fire Rune, like this, in the Mages Guild. Another skill I don't use. So you can kind of throw these Daedric mines out here, and they instantly go off. So I still don't think that is as useful as Daedric Minefield, but it might get some more attention with the Sorc. So Sorcs are just doing an absolute incredible amount of damage, single target. They lack some AoE, but the Elemental Blockade change will help this out DPS-wise. So I imagine a lot of Sorcs not going to run the Twilight, going to run an Elemental Blockade with the Maelstrom Arena staff. Now, I'm using a Lightning. I don't know if Fire or Lightning's better. I haven't tested it detailedly. But Crystal Frags are getting upwards of 30,000. I can almost get 35,000 if my Molag Kina is procced. I'm not running out of magic. I have Dark Conversion to restore even more resources than previously. The problem with the Sorcs that I have specifically in PvE is that it's so dependent on energy overload. Unlike the other classes that you can store obviously this up, and the meta basically is just to kind of go into a trial or a dungeon with 1,000 ultimate, and then you just blow up one boss. And I've gotten 45,000 DPS doing this before, and yeah, that's a lot of fun and great, but the gameplay isn't the best in comparison to other things. Using just one ability over and over and over as my ultimate, I don't know. I like this, but I wish something else in the Sorc kit would allow me to DPS differently. And the reason why is Elemental Succession. I was really excited about this when it came out in Orsinium. And I've collected 4 pieces. I'm still missing a ring, but I wanted to use this in my rotation, Flame, Frost, or Shock. So you look at that. If you use Force Pulse like a Sorc would, you get almost 500 spell damage, and that looks really juicy and great. But in all actuality, if you're using an overload-specific build, well, you're only using Lightning during that phase, so you're at a DPS loss. And that's why Elemental Succession was kind of a hit and miss for me. Really, really excited about this set, but I don't think it's going to work for Magic Sorcs long term. Lastly, I know the Breath of Life change is very controversial, and the Sorc Twilight Healer is interesting, but I think it opens up the game more for other people to get opportunities to heal, not just AFK Breath of Life spamming. So if you like Sorc healers or thinking outside of the box of different builds, try this Trinamax setup. So Trinamax, 20% chance when you cast a damage heal on you or other allies to call down this heal and damage. Can occur every 5 seconds. Well, a really cool combo with the Sorc is to have a bunch of pets out. One that can self-heal you, one here, and then the Storm Atrio. And then use the Empowering Ward on them to proc this. You can also use Combat Physician. I tried the Combat Physician Trinamax and it didn't work the way I liked it. But on a Sorc, stacking the Bastion, Combat Physician, and Trinamax was really, really fun to heal on. The same can be done with a Dragonite using Igneous Shields. So it's going to open up things for me specifically as a Theory Crafter builder to work on other healers than my Templar and still have fun doing it and still be competitive. So I'm excited about that because while I love playing my Sorc Magic, I don't want to just press overload and bet Maelstrom Arena and kill everything. Now it's a lot of fun getting no death bet Maelstrom Arena is great, but at some point I'm looking for a different type of gameplay. Even Sorc tanking is relevant now. With the resource regeneration that they have, the mitigation, they're strong all around, except for stamina. I hope this message gets to Zos. I know Fangresh is a very popular ESO streamer that plays a Stam Sorc. King Richard as well. They're very good on their Sorcs, and I think their input should be heeded because they know the class way better than I do. And if Stam Sorcs had a specific ability that they could spam cast, like Crystal Frags, the other morph, which isn't very popular, I would really like to play my Stam Sorc again. And I deleted my Stam Sorc because I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't feel very good in PvE. And in PvP, I was just hitting my Steel Tornado button. That was not fun gameplay for me. So overall, Sorc's good. Overall, in this patch, now we're going to get more changes Monday. So all the stuff I told you may change, and I'm sure it will, and I'll have to make new videos. But overall, I'm feeling like Magic and Ranged is at such a good place right now. If you like Magic ranged builds, it's going to be very, very good. Now, Stamina range builds might make a comeback as well. I'm working with the developers, Gil, myself, trying to get them to change the Marksman set to 8% damage on players and in PvE. If that were to change, you would see a lot of really cool bow builds come back using 5-piece Hawkeyes, 5-piece Marksmans, like Gil is theory crafting right now. So hopefully that gets changed. Come here, critter. Want to get C-fragged again? Ah, my food's out. But even with my food out, not buffed, I hit a 23k crystal frag. On live server, I'm doing 19k. So that's everything buffed. You can imagine the difference in DPS this is going to add for the Magic Sorc. I am thrilled. Other than that, stamina definitely did take a hit with the Dark Cloak Nightblade change, Steel Tornado being reduced. But overall, class balancing, as weird as it sounds, and I know people are going to bang me on this, is feeling pretty good. Because you can never get it perfect. You're never done balancing. There's always going to be an OP strong class. And the next patch, it really looks like Magic Templar for DPS. And possibly Magic Sorc's always going to be good. If you want a class that's always going to be good, you can't go wrong with a Magic Sorc. You really can't. They got range, self-healing, shield, speed, everything you need. And you can play it both PvE and PvP. So I'm really excited to play my Sorc again. It's one of the classes that I kind of make fun of a lot, but one of the most powerful classes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see what happens next Monday. If there's some major updates to go over in the patch notes, I will sure do that. I'll probably be working on more builds specifically. The template characters are going away. For us, EU's getting their characters. So I'll probably make some template characters that can pull off these new builds, specifically the Omega, which I already got done. I just need to record. And a couple other things to update. Umbra, this. But really, it's not that much of a change except a couple things here and there. So if you like your build, you like your class, you like your race, stick with it. Some things change, but overall the game's still ESO.